hello everybody, and welcome to another edition of What a Great Idea. Right now, let's take a look at the products coming up on today's show.
So these steps involve getting the ideas out of here, out of our heads, capturing them somewhere so we don't lose them, and then making sense of what we've captured. Because a lot of times we write things down, but we still have a mess.
We all know diet and exercise. And so you just try one thing, maybe two, and you don't stick with it. And so you need help because you can't fight this on your own.
Right.
You need help, and that's what these CDs do.
You know, so many of us have great ideas, but how many of us really turn those ideas into a reality? How many really know the process in which to do that? Well, we're all very, very fortunate today because you are about to meet an individual who, for the past 2 decades, has been helping people learn that process, helping people turn dreams into dollars and concepts into cash. She can help you as well. So if you have that idea and you really don't know what to do next, the next few minutes here could really change your life. She's also the author of the book, Hey, That's My Idea. And how many times have you maybe been tuned into a TV show or heard somebody talking, and they're talking about the idea that has been within you for a long, long time, but you didn't do anything about it? Well, those days are about to be over because we're going to take action on that idea, and we're going to find out exactly how to do that with my good friend Sylvia Henderson. Good to have you here, Sylvia.
Thank you. What a great idea.
Exactly. And that's where it all starts, right? With the idea. Great products, great companies, always start with the idea. But why do we get stuck with just the idea? Why are we not able to take that action?
Well, Bob, it's usually there's 3 reasons, or one of 3 reasons. One of them is we have so many ideas that we don't know which one to focus on. And so we just get bogged down with many things.
Right.
A second reason is that we have that one idea, we're just fixated on it, and we get bogged down with the details of that one idea. And the third reason is that we just don't know where to go with the idea. We don't know what resources to use, who to call on to support us. And so those are the 3 top reasons my clients end up saying that they're stuck on their ideas.
And I heard something just the other day, but it really struck a chord, and it was that we're not able to really achieve our goals, not because we have a lack of time or a lack of money. It's because we have a lack of direction. We don't know what to do next, because we all have the same amount of time every day.
Yes.
We have 24 hours, right? But it's that lack of direction. It's not knowing what to do next. But that's when Sylvia comes in. She lets us know. So fill me in on the process. How are you going? Let's say I have this great idea right now. By the way, great idea. Great name for a show, right? But I have this idea, and I want you at home. I want you to think of your idea.
Yeah.
What's the next step? What do we do? Help us.
Well, this program is based on a 6-step process that I developed from a lot of research and from what I do when I make my ideas a reality. And so the steps are, I call them the impact process, because we want to make an impact with our ideas.
Right.
Whether it's an impact on our income, our families, our community, or in our own lives. And so these steps involve getting the ideas out of here, out of our heads, capturing them somewhere so we don't lose them, and then making sense of what we've captured. Because a lot of times we write things down, but we still have a mess to deal with.
Right.
And so it's making sense of what we've captured, and then having a process, having a system that you can apply to any idea all the time, and just follow the system through to make your ideas a reality.
Right. And speaking of that system, that's what Sylvia has put together, and that's what's available to you right now simply by going to the website, the address that you see on the screen, and you're going to be able to take advantage of Sylvia's system, and it's going to give you that direction. It's going to give you that plan. It's going to give you that roadmap that you need in order to get to that next level. And while you're there on the website, don't forget about her great book, too. Hey, that's my idea. All right, so you want to pick that up as well, but go to that website by all means. So I love I love the packaging and everything, but as you open it up, you can see the CDs, and then you have the workbook.
Yes.
Now the workbook, is that flushing out process you're talking about?
Well, the workbook takes what the videos on the DVDs and the audio on the CDs, and it's fine to listen to things, it's fine to listen to a process, it's fine to watch somebody teach a process, but until you actually do it
Right.
Until you actually apply what your idea is and write it
Right.
and think through your idea, you don't really get it. You don't really get yourself into action. And so the workbook is not, it's a reference. It's also your journal
Right.
for working through my process.
Right.
And yes, it is some text that you can read because we all learn differently.
Right.
And it takes multiple times. It takes watching, it takes listening, it takes writing, it takes thinking and doing.
Right.
And that's what this system is all about. It has you do all of that.
So it's for the retention.
Yes.
And then also to spur you to
Application.
that's right. Retention and application.
That's right.
And that's really the key. Retention and application to learn the process.
Yep.
So how did you come up with it? I mean, you're a fascinating individual, okay? I mean, you're always on the go, you're always moving, you're always making things happen. But how did you come up with all of this? Did you use your own experience?
Use my own experience in the corporate world, making things happen, managing other people to help them get their ideas implemented. But the primary thing that got me started was I lost a lot of money and I've lost a lot of opportunity. And I've watched things go by and not taking action on them. A real quick story.
Sure.
One of the opportunities I lost way back. I had this idea while I was scooping up poop from my dog, thinking, man, I wonder if anybody would pay somebody to do this. And I talked to my friends about it. I talked to my family about it, and they all said, oh, who would do that? Who's going to pay somebody to do that? What a business! And all those little voices that you hear saying, oh, no, that won't work. And then one day, I was sitting on my porch, and what goes by but a truck that has, I won't say the name of the business, but it has the name of a business on it. And I
Doing
thought,
that job.
yes.
Right?
And I thought,
Wow.
oh, man. Well, that's not what I said, but I said, hey, that's my idea.
Right.
And that was one, I don't want that to happen to other people.
And it happens to so many people.
my
What a
gosh,
great
all the
story,
time.
though. What a great story. I mean, again, how many times have you been watching a TV show? You'd see a commercial come up, or you're at a party and you're talking to somebody, but maybe you're in the store and you're walking down the aisle and you glance over and there's a product on the shelf that was your idea, but you never did anything about it. That's why Sylvia is all about turning the dreams into dollars and the concepts into cash. But she's come up with a way to do it. It's not just conversation. It is a proven way. It's almost like your GPS for success, all right? And once again, all you have to do is go to that website. You see the address. It's up to you. I mean, if Sylvia and I had your number, we'd be calling you, or your website address, we'd go to your, but we don't have it. You have ours. So go to Sylvia's and by all means take advantage of this program that is so well thought out. I mean, every step of the way, she has covered it, once again, not just with the CDs, but also with that workbook. So you're going to be able to work through it. As Sylvia pointed out, one of the first stumbling blocks is, I've got the idea, how do I get it out of the head? And Sylvia, that's truly the first step, is to get it out of here, right?
Exactly.
And it doesn't have to be pretty.
No, in fact, I have note paper beside my bed, scrap paper.
Right.
Some people are audio driven, so they just need their cell phones to record, or their little recorder. Some folks are tied to their tablets, so just write it down some kind of way, capture it, because it gets those molecules. Your molecules are filled up in your brain with your thoughts. Get that out. To make more room for more molecules to be filled.
That's right. That's what it's all about. So Sylvia's very technical, Get those molecules out. Make some room, cause that action. Let's talk about some success stories. How have you helped some other people? What have they been able to do?
Well, in addition to creating this the program, I do a lot of coaching. I do a lot of speaking and training other people. And so a lot of my clients will take my system, and when they're working with me, I've helped coaches create their own products. How many times do people say, I've always wanted to write a book? I've helped a couple of people figure that out following my system. There's some professionals in the workplace who sit there, and I used to be one of those in the corporate world, who sit in a meeting and your mind is drifting and you're doodling. I always wanted to fill in the blank. I've helped a couple of professionals actually follow their dreams and make their dreams happen. Business people who have had an idea for product they want to take to market. It always seems to be this mystery. How do I get a product to market? Helping somebody do that, following the 6-step process. It's a system. So no matter what your idea is, if you take the steps that I lay out and do the work, not work, do the experience,
Right, right.
your ideas, it will help you make your ideas real.
Right. And the key word is the system.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, the system is powerful. I mean, you walk into any McDonald's restaurant and anywhere in the world,
right.
and the French fry maker is always on the left. Why? Because they have a system. They have a system that works no matter where you are. That's what Sylvia's come up with. She has come up with that system that's going to get you results. She's really taken the guesswork out of it, all right? She's done all the tough stuff by sifting through what works and what doesn't work. So you don't have to do that anymore. Now you can take action. But speaking of taking action, you've got to go to that website and you have to find out more. And also, don't forget about her book, okay? Hey, that's my idea. That's available on the website as well. You mentioned, we're talking about helping individuals. Does this apply to organizations, to corporations? Can you help groups with this as well?
Okay, that's a good question, Bob. And yes, because how many times, especially a small organization that has 5 people maybe in the organization, those 5 people are key to implementing that organization's mission, implementing the projects that they're assigned to. The same 6-step process works for them. So yes, I encourage groups, I encourage organizations to look at multiples of this so that their people can help them make their mission happen.
So I would imagine that if an organization would like to have you come in and apply this, and they can get in touch with you on the website as well?
They certainly can, because I speak at conferences, I do organizational training. I was a corporate trainer, so that's my natural environment.
I think you're terrific, okay? And once again, the opportunity is here, folks, all right? Take advantage of it. Go to the website that you see on the screen and take advantage of the system that Sylvia Henderson has put together for you to take action, to turn, once again, the dreams into dollars, the concepts into cash. It's available to you right now. Sylvia Henderson, thank you so much for joining us.
Thanks for having me, Bob.
All right, always a pleasure, okay? We'll see you the next time right here on What a Great Idea. You know, I'm sure we have all struggled from time to time to try and lose a few pounds here and there, and we're successful for a very short period of time. But how many of us lose the weight and we're able to keep it off? And that's the bottom line, right? Well, today we have a special guest on the program because he has created a very innovative and a different and a unique way in which to keep those pounds off for good. He has been a university and high school educator for the past 25 years. And let's meet him right now. Our special guest is Joseph C.D. Baca. And Joseph, good to have you on the program.
Good to be here, Bob.
Let's get right to the bottom line, okay? We want to lose the weight. Why are we able to do it for a little bit of time, but we're never able to do it permanently? What stops us?
Well, we have to address the subconscious mind. And 95% of our behaviors are dictated by our subconscious mind.
Right.
Versus our conscious mind, the mind we're in now. We think, oh, I'm going to have willpower, I'm going to go to this seminar, I'm going to read this book or take these pills. And then you go into the social situations and that refrigerator keeps screaming back there. And before you know it, you're back to your same programming.
So we're really not treating the entire problem, the full problem. We're treating it maybe halfway, right? And there are so many programs out there that say, you can lose the weight here, now, 4 days, 5 days, 30 days, whatever the case may be. Why are we so tempted by all of those?
Well, because they're easy fixes to long-term problems or internal problems that are significant. And we're not taking a holistic approach. And so RCDs address a holistic approach, and it's going to take just a little bit of work.
Okay. Well, I want to get right to the technology that is an absolute breakthrough that you've been able to come up with, and it's called SS Brain Entrainment technology. Break that down for us. What does all that mean?
Well, it's the new science, neuroscience that's out in terms of telling us that we really operate off our instincts or our programming.
Okay.
And what we have to do is deprogram our previous programming, which is, friends, family, school, and especially the media. I mean, the media just
constantly.
Right.
Right.
With foods and buy this.
Yeah.
And so willpower can't fight that anymore. You can't resist that. And so that's why these quick solutions, oh, I'll take this pill or read this book or buy this piece of equipment,
Right.
only lasts for a short time because the subconscious mind comes back and says, oh, no, you're not doing that. No, this chocolate cake's screaming back here.
Exactly. There's so many temptations out there. So you're really attacking and treating the entire problem, right? And it's such a unique and an innovative program. Once again, be sure and go to the website. You see the address right on the screen. Be sure and go to the website and get more information and find out how this program, okay, the SS Brain Entrainment technology that Joseph has come up with and created, how this can really help you. And it really makes sense what he's talking about, because we lose the weight, but then we put it back on. We suffer from that yo-yo syndrome. We take it off, we put it back on, take it off, put it back on. Why? Because, as Joseph has pointed out, we're not really treating the entire problem. So by all means, go to the website, the address you see on the screen, and get more information about this. So Joseph, is it safe to think about our minds like many of us think about a computer that we might own? What are the similarities there?
Exactly. We have a hard drive based in the tower that has all the programming in it. Plus the web is constantly putting in viruses.
Okay.
That's exactly what's happening to our minds. We're getting programming from our subconscious mind, that's your hard drive deep in the tower,
Right.
or we're getting stuff off the web that are viruses telling you buy this, do this, and eat this, and so on. And so we only see the screen, which, oh, I'm right here, I'm fine, I'm going
Right.
to the seminar, I'm reading the book or whatever. And we think, oh, I'm going to lose weight, but that hard drive, that subconscious mind is really directing the whole show.
Right. I love the approach you're taking. And we saw a second ago, we saw some of the CDs that are in this entire system that you have put together. How do we use the CDs? Do we have to listen to them at a certain time? Is there a better, a time for us to listen to them?
Well, we have 4 CDs, and there's 4 areas that we need to cover. And what
Okay.
happens with traditional, you get a piece of equipment, then you just do that, do
Right.
exercise. Diet, we all know diet and exercise.
Right.
And so you just try one thing, maybe 2, and you don't stick with it. And so you need help, because you can't fight this on your own.
Right,
You need
right.
help, and that's what these CDs do. You can use it with whatever program you're using, or whatever counseling, or whatever diet or exercise routine you're using. This supplements it and helps in that
Aha.
full, total transformation. And that's what we want. We want a holistic, transformational approach.
And so many of us today, we allow the computer to drive our lives and run our lives. So now we have to learn how to have our brain do it, right?
We got to program ourselves
Exactly.
instead of letting everybody else.
First, we have
do
to
it.
deprogram, though.
Right.
Right? We have to, as you pointed out, we have to deprogram, and then we can reprogram the correct way by using your CDs. Let's talk about some of the content.
Exactly.
What are we going to hear on these CDs?
Okay, so there's 4 areas. One is the holistic transformational approach. Okay, so that we have affirmations that are
Okay.
in there that are positive affirmations that are detailed, and our affirmations are superior in terms of the language. Then you definitely have to deal with the diet.
Yes.
Okay, and you don't need to read a lot of books. It's really simple, but you need help. And so we have a diet that just focuses, I eat healthy foods, etc. Then you have to deal with the exercise. And so when you go to the gym, you just put in your iPod or your earbuds when you're exercising or just taking a walk.
Sure.
And you listen to those, I continually focus on my exercise routine. And so that's the exercise. And then the 4th one that people don't recognize too much is that there's a lot of emotional issues that people have. There's pain and trauma from the past. Those are in there, and they're still running, and people have to deal with those. And so if you're doing therapy or you have a counselor, that's okay, but it doesn't stick. So the other CD we have deals with how to release, and those are called releasements, how to release those traumas and that pain and that negative energy that's still running inside there.
And I'm so glad you brought that up and you're addressing that because, you know, psychological pain, emotional issues, we all have that. We all experience that. And it can really take over our entire situation. But you have found in the past by talking to a lot of people in your research and your studying that truly is impactful.
Yeah, all of these things, the triggers come up.
Yeah.
And emotional triggers or trauma or pain, and people don't even realize that's what's happening because it's so severe and so deep in the subconscious mind.
Right, right.
And so they eat.
You know, I'm just thinking for a second, I mean, the weight loss industry is such a huge, I mean, it is a mega industry out there. And any idea like how many dollars it generates a year?
Oh, it's $1 billion a year industry.
Oh,
it's huge.
Yeah, it is. And we're so tempted by the quick fixes. And but once again, that's why we have that yo-yo syndrome. That's why we don't get the permanent solution. But Joseph is changing all of that with this right here, and it's available to you right now. All you have to do is go to the website. You see the address on the screen. Go to the website and try it. What do you have to lose? You got nothing to lose except a few pounds, right? This is a system that is based on breakthrough and revolutionary technology. SS, all right, Subliminal Solutions, Brain Entrainment Technology by Joseph C.D. Baca. There is no other program out there quite like this. And if you want to be able to take care of the situation from all perspectives and from all angles, Joseph's done all the work for us, all right? All you have to do is go to that website and find out more. Any final thoughts, Joseph, as we're talking about this breakthrough technology?
Well, it's inexpensive way to resolve and get a permanent solution. Because, you know, liposuction, other surgeries go to the thousands of dollars.
Sure.
Then we're talking hundreds of dollars with this pill and this book and this exercise piece of equipment. And then, you know what happens to those? They end up, going to, they just go by the wayside.
Sure.
So
sure.
Save money and get a permanent solution.
Sounds like a winning combination to me. Joseph, thanks so much. I appreciate not only that you've put this together, but I appreciate you coming on the program and sharing it with everybody. Thank you so much. So once again, my friends, go to that website. You see the address. Go. Don't wait. I mean, don't wait another moment. Take action now by going to the website and take advantage of this incredible offer. Hi, everybody. I'm Bob Circosta.
And I'm John LeClaire.
And if you happen to be an entrepreneur or you happen to be an inventor, maybe you have an idea for something, or maybe you want to start a new business. I've been working with entrepreneurs for over the past 35 years, and I get the same question all the time, and it's this: Bob, here's what I have, but what do I need to do next? If you want to answer that question, stay with us, because the next few minutes can really, literally change your life, and that's what it's all about, right, John?
Absolutely. Now, we've developed a curriculum that we call the Marketing MBA. It stands for Messaging, Brand Experience, and Analytics, what we feel are the most important aspects in order to launch a product successfully into the marketplace, be it on TV shopping, onto infomercials, onto retail, whatever market you're going into. These are the three things that you need to master in order to be successful with your product launch. We've developed a curriculum that we're also calling the MBA Semester at Sea, because we're going to be doing a cruise together, hopefully with you, for a week-long journey at sea where we'll dive deep into all of these learnings and really focus on what you need to know to successfully launch your products.
I mean, a cruise, that's exciting to begin with. Now add to that cruise everything that we're going to do. And it's all about having a formula. That's what it's all about. A formula that works, a proven system that works. And I've been able to develop over the years a proven formula that's enabled me to sell billions of dollars worth of merchandise on TV. And guess what? You can learn it as well, because John and I, we're going to share that information with you along with a lot of other entrepreneurial like-minded people on the cruise as well. We're going to have a good time, but at the same time, you're going to learn a tremendous amount. I think the reason that we don't really achieve our goals in life, it's not because of a lack of time. We all have the same 24 hours in every day. It's not because of a lack of money. We can find money. It's because of a lack of direction. Well, on this cruise, John and I are going to share with you a direction that works, a direction that's going to take whatever it is that you have, your product, your service, your business, your idea, and take it to the next level. It's worked for others, John, and I know it can work for everybody else too.
Oh, I agree. We'll show you this system and teach you step by step exactly what you need to know, exactly what you need to do. And one of the things we're going to teach you is what I learned back in my time with Kraft Foods years ago, the way that Fortune 500 companies launch products. Now, we as entrepreneurs, inventors, etc., don't always have the luxury to be able to spend tens or even hundreds of thousands of dollars in market research, in testing different products before they go to market to reduce that risk. But we've developed a system that you can use the same methodologies used by Kraft Foods that I used to use at OxyClean as well, a lot of these bigger companies, to reduce their risk, and we'll teach you how to do it sometimes for free, or at most a few $100s. Very, very inexpensive. And what this does is when you test your product before you go to market, you master your messaging, you know exactly what to say, how to price your product, and really how to reduce your risk so that you have a better chance at a successful launch, Bob.
Yeah, we're going to talk about the 2 keys to successfully marketing anything, anywhere. No matter if it's on TV or maybe it's on the radio or in the newspapers or online, you have to have 2 keys that have to be present to successfully market anything, anywhere. And we're going to talk about that and so much more. So here's what we're talking about.
We're going to teach you all the secrets or the principles that we use to have a successful message. But as part of it, we're also going to videotape you as you deliver your message. And it's not about necessarily style, but it's about getting that message right. You'll practice it, you'll learn it, you'll get critiques from both Bob and myself, and we're going to tape that as well. So you'll take these home with you, you'll own these videotapes, you can refer back to them, and you will also videotape all the class sessions. You'll have the chance to be able to learn or relearn or remember all the principles, because you may forget some things. This is hours of learning that we're going to spend, hours of time we'll spend together to be able to remember all that. We'll videotape the entire session as well and give that to you afterwards as part of this program. And what I'm really excited about, I hope I'm saying this on camera to get Bob to agree to it, but we're going to give away a free infomercial as part of this. A free infomercial.
A free infomercial?
So one of the participants, and we're going to have what we call a pitch off as part of this. The other class participants will be able to vote on who does the best job with their messaging.
Free infomercial right there is an incredible savings, no doubt about it. So, and what we're going to do is send you the information that you need to know about this opportunity, this experience to spend on the high seas with John and myself to really go deep on taking that product, that business, that service, that idea to the next level. I can't wait, John.
It's going to be a lot of fun. Please join us.
Yes. Now let's take a look at all the products that we've had on today's program.
And so these steps involve getting the ideas out of here, out of our heads, and capturing them somewhere so we don't lose them.
We all know diet and exercise. And so you just try one thing, maybe 2, and you don't stick with it. And so you need help because you can't fight this on your own.
Right.
You need help, and that's what these CDs do.